Hi guys, how are you all? How are you all? I wanted to come on here and talk to you really quickly. It's going to be a short one today, but it's going to be a dynamic message as usual. If you're joining me for the very first time, I am Coach Adana Austin. I work with high-end entrepreneurs like yourself to get very clear on your goals, identify your ideal clients, and develop the strategies to grow your business. So if you can see me and hear me, let's just say a yes in the comments. And if you are catching this on the replay, just put replay in the comments for me. I'm multi-streaming, so I'm on Instagram, Facebook, as well as on YouTube. So if you see my eyes moving a little bit, that's okay. So today I want to talk to you about what visibility looks like in your business, right? Because a few days ago I posted in my group, um, people are not going to buy from you if they don't know you exist, right? And they don't know you exist because you may not have a visibility plan or visibility strategy. You may not have a clear, concise way of how you show up, where you show up, and what you say when you do show up. Because a lot of times when people say, you need to be visible, they automatically think, well, I just need to post on social media. I post and I run away, and that's it. And guys, that is literally just putting your pinky toe in the water, right? When you need to put your whole body and dunk your whole body in the water in order for you to be visible. Right now, the visibility strategy, I always tell you guys, you need to have these things written out and don't just keep the information in your head, right? What does that look like for me? What would that look like for somebody who I want to buy from me? How should I show up to those people? How often should I show up to those people? And when I do show up, what should I say to those people that I want to follow me, buy from me, engage with my content, refer me to other people, right? That is what you have to think about when you're thinking about your visibility strategy. Because the truth is, guys, and I say it over and over again, if people do not know you exist, they are not going to buy from you. And I'm talking to people who are not necessarily at a stage where they want to spend money on ads, but they want a lot of organic growth in their business, right? They want to attract the right people. And I'm saying the right people, because you can attract 10,000 people to your pages or to your email list, and they are the wrong people. So it's about attracting the right people and being visible to the right people. So a big part of your visibility strategy is making sure that you are very clear about who you want to attract. So it's not just everybody, because you're not selling to everybody. Who do you want to attract specifically? Who are those people? Where are they spending most of their time? Are they on social media? And if they are on social media, which social media platforms are they usually on? And when I say on, when they are looking for a solution to the challenges that they have, right? Where do they normally go and look? Where do they normally go and look? You have to figure that out based maybe on what your past clients have bought from you, where they found you, what they said about you, and that kind of thing. So you need to know where they are, both online and offline. You have to have a very clear sense of what is their specific challenge, or what are their challenges, because it might be more than one challenge, right? But what are the specific challenges that they will need your support on, or they would need your solution, they would need your tool, they would need your clothes, they would need your services, your accounting, your coaching, your whatever it is, right? Your VA services. What is the specific challenge that they are having, and what is the outcome that they want to achieve in their life if and when they do hire you? And all of this plays into your visibility strategy. So we'll explain a little more what that means. Just give me a one if that's making sense so far. So understanding your ideal clients, understanding exactly who you want to speak to, who you want to attract, and who you ultimately want to buy from you over and over again is the first step in creating a visibility strategy that makes sense for you. Now, it's not a one size fits all, because what I may do, you may not need to do, and vice versa. Where I may need to show up, you may not need to show up. Some of these strategies that I may use in my full marketing, you may not need to use it. So it's not a one size fits all, but it's about creating a strategy that makes sense for your business and your audience. And when I say visibility, what does visibility mean? Visibility means exposing your brand to your ideal clients, right? Making sure that you are showing up where they are, making sure that you have very high brand awareness. People are very, very aware of who you are, who you serve, and how you can help them. So it's about building brand awareness. It's about building trust. Yes, when I say visibility, it's about building trust with your ideal clients. It's about building relationships. It's about building your credibility. It's about showing off your expertise. All of these are important, and why creating a visibility strategy is important for your business. So once you get those things done, you recognize that you don't necessarily need ads, but it has to be very, very strategic. And how you build a relationship, how you build trust, how you build your brand awareness, how you explain or showcase, I should say, not explain, but how you showcase your expertise. It's a very strategic approach that you have to take in your business, right? So that's what you need to think about with your visibility strategy. So showing up where they are. That's the second thing, showing up where they are. If I asked you right now, where do most of your clients come from? Is it Instagram? Is it Facebook? Is it LinkedIn? Is it by word of mouth? Is it like in your community center, in your communities? Where are they? Wherever you recognize, and it may be more than one place, wherever you recognize your ideal clients are, that is where you need to show up. Don't just assume they are on Facebook, guys, because people use social media platforms for different reasons, right? But you need to know who you are trying to communicate with, right? I have at least 2 clients who have no presence on Facebook at all, and their focus is mainly on LinkedIn because that is where their ideal clients, the clients that they want to work with, are on LinkedIn. They are not on Facebook. I even have a client who is very, very active on Twitter, right? And others who are very active on TikTok as opposed to Instagram or even Facebook, because you have to be very aware of where your ideal clients are spending the majority of their time and where they actually go, which platforms that they go to when they are looking for a solution for whatever challenges that they may be experiencing. So you want to show up where they are, right? Because if they don't know you exist, they're not going to land on your page, right? So just posting on your page is the bare minimum as well. You need to put yourself in spaces where they are. And what does that look like? That can look like going to networking events. Yes. That can also look like collaborating with other people who already have your audience, who are already communicating with your audience, right? And that was a big way of how I grew my business in 2016, because I wasn't running ads. What I did is I reached out to other companies who were already talking to entrepreneurs, right? Who were already giving them feedback and sharing tools and resources with them. And I asked if we could collaborate, if we could partner. So they put me in front of their huge audience, right? And that is a big way of how I was able to attract more clients because they already have the audience. So think of in your own business, who can I collaborate with, right? Who can I collaborate with? If I am a hairdresser, I can collaborate with somebody who's making products and vice versa. You understand? So if I am a virtual assistant, I can collaborate with somebody who's doing email marketing or social media marketing if I'm not offering those services. Who can I collaborate with who is already talking to my ideal clients? That is a part of a visibility strategy that will make complete sense instead of you just posting on your social media pages every day and hoping that somebody sees it, because that is not how it works. Right? So collaborating with others is a great way. Another way that I really increase my visibility in my business And it's a sort of collaboration as well, is that I made sure that I was on a lot of podcasts, and those podcasts were always talking to my ideal clients, right? Locally, regionally, and internationally. They already had a great following. They were talking to entrepreneurs and that kind of thing. I also did a lot of TV interviews, radio interviews, got featured in magazines. And guys, I didn't sit back and wait for them to find me. As the other thing, I didn't sit back and wait. I went out, I did my research. I said, this radio station talks a lot about business and a lot about entrepreneurs. They get a lot of phone calls. I'm going to reach out to them. This TV station or this particular station does a series on entrepreneurship and financial literacy or whatever. I'm going to reach out to them. You know what I mean? This podcast speaks a lot about money management and mindset and that kind of thing. I am going to reach out to them. So you didn't sit back and wait to be found. You have to do the research and find those platforms that are already speaking to your ideal clients, already have the attention of your ideal clients, offer to be part of their circle, collaborate with them, work with them, and whatever that is, so that you can be visible to your ideal clients. Give me a 3 if that's making sense. So you're not sitting back and waiting to be found. You go and find the spaces where your ideal clients are. And the thing is, guys, when you go on those platforms, right? You go to networking events, you go on the podcast, you did the TV interview, the radio interview, you get featured in a newspaper, your magazine, and that kind of thing. 9 times out of 10, you are going to tell the audience that you're speaking to come back to your website or your social media pages, right? Which means you have to make sure that the information that you're sharing on your social media pages is relevant, it's very clear, it's motivational, and it's educational, right? Because a lot of times too, what you post on your social media is what is going to turn somebody from a cold lead to a warm lead, and a warm lead into a hot lead, right? Because when you do these interviews and stuff, you more than likely are going to guide them back to your website or your social media. So your social media has to be top at all times, right? Sharing information. When you send them back there, you know, okay, from the time they land on my page, they're going to see about my program, or they're going to hear about my sale, or they're going to hear about my open day, or they're going to hear about the launch of my new collection, or the launch of my new product, or they're going to see a testimonial from my last clients or something like that, right? All of this forms part of your visibility strategy and how you make sure that you are attracting the people that you actually want to work with, right? Your ideal clients. I know you've heard us talk about your ideal clients 100 times, right? One of the biggest and fastest ways as well, if we're talking about social media, one of the biggest and fastest ways for you to really get visible is to use 2 things: video content and storytelling. So let's talk about video content first, right? Because you know we've spoken about video content ad nauseum. So video content is really just doing videos just like this. It does not have to be long video, guys. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes is up to you depending on your message. Video content where you share valuable information like I'm doing right now to your audience, right? Because for Facebook, for Instagram, and those platforms, video content is still the number 1 type of content that they push out. Why do you think TikTok is so popular? It's all video content. That is how Reels became so popular, because it's all video content, right? It's short, quick information that your audience can consume, and still, even as it's short, they can get the solutions to their challenges, or at least get a sneak peek of the solutions, right? Or a taste of the solution. And then obviously they're guided to your website or your Facebook page, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your whatever it is. But video content, and all video content is not made equally. All video content doesn't have to look like this, right? This is the format that I choose, but you can have different types of video content, right? And we'll go into that in another training. But video content is one of those great, great ways to really enhance your visibility in a short space of time. And I don't mean, guys, doing one video a month, right? You want to be consistent with your videos. If you can do maybe 2 or 3 every week, that'll be fine. You can either do it live like this or you can do it pre-recorded. It does not matter. But video content is a great way for you to increase your visibility. And this is especially for people who are brand new in business. You tend to find that people who get more established mightn't use video as much. But if you look at some of the gurus like Gary V's and stuff, he still uses video every single day. Neil Patel and those people still use video every single day. Tony Robbins and all, they still use video every single day. And even though they are 100% popular and they are so well known because they understand the importance of that visual appeal to their audience. People like to put a face to the solution. They like to feel connected to the people that they're buying from. And again, the format of your video can be different. It doesn't have to be face to face. It could be you showing off your product with a voiceover. It could be somebody modeling the clothes that you're selling. It could be you showing the process while you're doing somebody hair. It could be so many different things. It could be an unboxing video, if that is what you're doing, right? And there's so many different formats, but video marketing is a great way to increase your visibility. Besides video marketing, so put a 4, if that makes sense. Besides video marketing, we also have storytelling. Storytelling is a great way for you to build that connection with your audience, right? Because you're telling the story, not just your story of maybe why you started this business, or your story of an interaction with a client, your story about some milestone that you hit. And when I say a story, I don't just mean a one line, like, oh my God, guys, I made $2,000. That's not a story. The story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And this was a challenge. This is what we did, and this was the outcome, right? A beginning, a middle, and an end. So it can be your story. It can be stories of your clients. It can be a story of a story, right? I had a conversation with a client this morning. I was telling her, think about when people come to work with you. What are the stories that they shared with you? What was the challenge that they have? How did you help them? And then what was the outcome? Those are stories that you can share. And in sharing those stories, you build, well, it's very authentic, number one, but you build brand awareness. People can engage with it. They start to feel, that they can trust you more because they can see themselves or hear themselves in your stories as well. And that's a great way for you to become more visible, because those type of stories are shared. Those types of stories tend to be shared a lot across different platforms. So when I shared my story about how my depression led to me quitting my job and starting my business full time, right? That story got picked up by other social media platforms, and it also got picked up by the Guardian newspaper, and they ran it. I got interviewed and that kind of thing. And because I was sharing that story and talking about my own experience, I was able to attract other people who were having the same challenges and wanted support in starting their business or growing their businesses so that they can leave their corporate jobs and do the same thing, right? So again, sharing your stories, right? And then sharing it on other people's platforms. You understand how that works? That's a great way to really boost your visibility and get more engagement to your business and really build that brand awareness. Give me a 5 if that makes sense. So your visibility is affected by your consistency. Guys, you have to be consistent, whether it's social media, whether it's email, whether it's whatever it is, whether you're collaborating, you're doing networking events, your visibility is affected by your consistency. Because if you're not consistent, and I don't mean you have to live on your phones or live on your laptops, right? Because you can automate a lot of what you say, but you have to be consistent in not just how much you show up, but you have to be consistent in your messaging, what you are actually telling people. Make sure that today you're not telling about cars, and then tomorrow you're telling about cats, and then tomorrow you're telling about shoes, right? When somebody hears from you, or they see your name pop up, or they see an email pop up from you, they automatically supposed to know, okay, I'm going to get a message about marketing, or I'm going to get a message about, booking a vacation, or about bookkeeping, or about hairstyles. They know exactly what they can expect from you. So your visibility is affected by your consistency, meaning the amount of times that you show up, as well as the consistency in your messaging. Give me a six if that makes sense, right? So the consistency in how much you show up. I would say to you guys, try at least once a day. Try to show up at least once a day, and that's like the bare minimum, right? And this is especially if you're brand new and you're trying to build your audience. Because if you're brand new in business, you can't just jump on and say, buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. If you have no community, you have no engaged audience, you should be focusing on your visibility and brand awareness and building that engagement, right? So try to show up at least once a day minimum. If you can do even more, even better, right? Different types of content, different types of messaging. It could be a poll question, it could be a video, it could be a story, it could be so many different formats of content, but you want to show up consistently with a consistent message. That affects your visibility, and that should be part of your visibility strategy. And finally, when you're thinking about visibility, right? Now we're in an era where people are bombarded by information, right? There is so much information out there, and everybody has a social media page, everybody has a website, everybody's being featured or whatever. When you're thinking about your own visibility strategy, you also want to think about, and I'm sharing my messages, right? How can I share a message, and how can I show up to my audience so that I don't sound like everybody else? What makes me unique? And guys, really, really think about it, because when I ask this question, people jump up and say, well, my customer service, but I don't know you, so I don't know your customer service is great. That is not what's going to make you unique. Or my prices, that is not what's going to make you unique as well. What about your story? What about your brand presence that is going to make people stop and say, yes, I want to listen to what this person is saying. I want to see what this person is showcasing to me. So if somebody is looking for a hairdresser, for example, and they're scrolling, everybody is showing the exact same thing, I am not going to know that I should stop at you and buy from you because your customer service is great. No, I don't know that. I wouldn't stop at you because I know your pricing is so great. No, that is not what is going to make me stop. Your messaging has to be unique. How you show up to your audience has to be unique. So I want you to stop for a minute, think about it, and ask yourself, how can I show up in such a way in my niche? Because I'm sure you know other people in the market who are promoting or selling something similar to you or as close to you as possible, right? What is everybody doing? And if everybody is doing the same thing, you don't want to just go and do the same thing. You want to figure out what would make me unique, what would make somebody scroll through their social media and stop on my page. Is it the imagery? Is it the messaging? Is it a video that they're going to see? What exactly is going to make them want to stop? Again, this is going to be tied into your consistency, because one of the things that could make them actually stop is how often they're seeing you, right? How often they're seeing you, because they might just be seeing the other hairdressers once a week. But if every time that they're scrolling, because everybody scrolls on their phone every day, if every time that they're scrolling, they're seeing a message from you, or a video from you, or something from you that is teaching them something, that is getting them excited, that is making them say, oh my God, I never thought about that, or yes, I want to try that, I've always wanted to try this thing, then that is what will make you unique. You understand, guys? It's not just your customer service, and it's not just your pricing, and it's not just when people selling food and I say, what makes you unique? They're like, well, the taste of my food, but I wouldn't know that if I've never bought from you. So that is not what is going to make me want to buy from you. You understand what I mean? Unless I've bought from you in the past and I've gotten that great service, then yeah, fine. So your customer service might be what keeps people coming back, right? That's a different thing. That might be what keeping people coming back, because your customer service or the taste of your food, that might be keeping them coming back. But what is going to attract them to your food or to your business if they don't know anything about you at all? That is what I want you to think about when you think about what makes me unique. What is going to make people stop and say, yes, I want to follow this page, I want to engage with this page? Is it a message that you shared? Is it a poll that you put out? Is it a competition that you're running? So you want to think about all of that, guys. So I want you all, I'm giving you this challenge today, right? I want you all to spend some time, and I love to tell you all to write everything down because I love to make notes. Spend some time really crafting a visibility strategy for your business. What do you want to be known as? What do you want to be known for? Where do I want to show up? Where are my ideal clients? What are the challenges that they are having? How can I help them solve those challenges? What are the messages that I am sharing with them to get them excited to want to see me, right? What makes me unique, right? And how can I consistently share this message? And the consistency is not just about how many times you show up, but making sure your message is consistent. You're not talking one thing and then tomorrow something else and the next day something else. You have to be known for a particular thing so that they know this is the expert on this. So I'm going to come to this person for sales, or I'm going to come to this person for LinkedIn. I'm going to come to this person for coaching. I'm going to come to this person for accounting, or whatever that may be for you. What do you want to be known as and what you want to be known for is going to guide your messaging, the consistency of your messaging, so that you can attract your ideal clients to your business in a very, very organic way if you're not at a stage where you want to run ads. Yeah. So that is my message for you. Just give me a 7 in the chat if it makes sense. Just put replay if you're now here, you're now listening to what I'm saying, right? People will not buy from you if they do not know you exist. And we're having this conversation because a lot of you come to me and say, well, Dan, I want more sales, right? I want more people to buy what I have to offer. And your offers might be great. Your pricing might be great, right? Your business, you might have a great business idea. The challenge is that nobody knows you exist because you're not doing enough to make sure that you are in front of your ideal client. And in fact, you're doing the bare minimum, just your page once a day and hoping that people find you. That is not enough. Or even if you're going to networking events and that kind of thing, you're just going to the event, but you're not immersing your audience into the experience of the event. So you're not doing videos while you're at the event. You're not taking pictures of people while they're buying from you, right? You're not giving them a reason to jump onto your website, social media pages. When people buying from you, you're not asking them for a review on the spot. Tell them talking to your phone and then you can transcribe it, or tell them just type it up on WhatsApp you, whatever that may look like. But you're not engaging the you have in an immersive experience of your business, right? And that is how you start to attract people to your business. So spend some time, create a visibility strategy, and let's get to work. let's get to it. And if you have any challenges doing this, of course, you know, guys, I am here to help you with whatever challenges that you have in creating this visibility strategy for your business. We're going to be doing all of this in our 5 days to create a business that you want program that is starting on July 1st. On July 1st, guys. So I'm putting the link in the chat. If you're on Instagram, go in bio and you will see the link to get more information on the landing page, on the sales page. It gives you all the information about the program. It's the 5 days to create the business that you want, where we meet every day, Monday to Friday, 2 hours a day, right? And we talk about different aspects of the business. And the reason I'm doing it like this is because many of you, when I speak to you, you have already started your business. You may already be making some money. You're not making how much you want, but you're already been making some money. You have past clients. What you may be missing is a system to make that sales process a lot smoother. And you don't have a lot of automation behind, so that you don't have to be tied to your computer. And you may not be using all the marketing strategies that are available to you to move your business from where it is to where you want to be. So you may not actually need a whole bunch of tweaking, but you need some tweaking. So for the 5 days, every day, we're going to tackle 2 topics, right? So it might be social media, it might be email marketing, it might be even AI, it, it might be creating sales funnel, it might be pricing. So every day, we're going to tackle 2 topics, right, for a week. Right? That's 5 days. So that's 10 topics you're getting in 1 week that will help you just adjust some of the things that you're doing. Yeah. So that you can move your business, shift your business, and move it along a little further. Right? So that's 5 days to create the business that you want. We start on July 1st. You can click the link in the chat, in the comments, to get more information. I'm sure you're getting my emails, and I'm sure you're seeing it on my social media page, because I've been talking about it since the weekend, right? And as usual, if you have any questions at all, leave a comment, jump into my DMs, click on the link, read it through, and let me know if you have any questions at all, right? So go forth and do that. But remember to create your visibility strategy, guys. It is so important that you create that visibility strategy for your business, so that your audience can find you organically. They can engage with your content organically, and they can buy from you and become repeat clients, and then become your walking billboards, right? So they will refer you to a ton of other people. But before that happens, you have to make sure that you are visible to them. Make sure that you are in their radar. Make sure you are showing up where they are. Make sure that you are sharing the messages that they need to hear in order to make an informed decision about working with you. Yeah? So that's my message today. I hope this meets you well. I hope it gave you some kind of enlightenment. And I look forward to all of your questions. So, guys, have a great day, and we'll talk soon. Bye.